We decided to use Azure services and our skills to develop a software solution that will save people's and animals' lives. Let me tell you how. Imagine the migration of large animals. We've all seen that, at least in TV, and it doesn't happen just in Africa. In Wyoming, America, more than 90% of large hoofed mammals migrate on long distances. As beautiful as it may look, when the animals are passing along the construction sites or roads, they can create costly damages. In Wyoming, 15% of all vehicle collisions involve deer, antelopes, or other big animals. These 6,000 annual collisions cause $50 million in car damage, loss of wildlife, and people. Why hasn't the problem been solved already? Migration patterns are not easily predictable. They modify depending on the climate changes. The tools used to monitor and predict the direction and time of migration are outdated and very expensive. We want to save people's and animals' lives by anticipating and avoiding collisions with the migrating animals. Our software solution is using artificial intelligence capable of displaying and informing the user, a scientific researcher, a company, NGO, or even the government about the animal migration patterns by incorporating 4 main types of data: NASA satellite data, weather station data, animal tracking data, and image recognition from camera traps. We started developing the artificial intelligence software by incorporating 2 types of data: image recognition and weather station data. For the image recognition, in order to prove the capabilities of the solution, we use the data provided by the North American camera trap images. We leverage Azure AI software to process the images, extracting the data to be visualized and analyzed. We automatically detected and extracted information such as the subject from the photo, the timestamps, the temperature, and the environment, if it's day or night, what is the background color, if it's foggy or snowy. We added the weather data because it's an important input that can trigger the time of the migration. This is how the product will look like. The software will display the frequency of animals in the photos taken by the camera traps to gain the visual insight of when and where the animals migrate to. The user can filter based on the time, the animal type, the camera ID, or the weather. A larger red circle means more movement detected in the blue camera area. And if the temperature is below 0 degrees, the gallery is updated with the snow images. The next stage in the product development is the analytical tool, where you can select the data of interest and see the diagnostic and predictive analytics. We created a dashboard to demonstrate this with real camera data. Notice how the data is changing on the dashboard. We used Azure AI computer vision and cognitive services, the Azure open datasets, the North American camera trap images hosted in collaboration with Microsoft AI for the Earth project, and the self-customized data science virtual machine. How we do it? We select the target portion of historic images together with the information about each image, ID, file name, region, and call this dataset meta. Using a pre-trained image object detection API, we process the image for context data and call this dataset API. We collect historic weather data from within the area of the camera location and call this dataset weather. We follow data engineering best practices to increase the data quality. And finally, we merge the API and meta dataset based on the picture ID, then merge with the weather dataset based on the date to achieve the final dataset. We then load the final dataset into a knowledge graph. PAN is in the early phase, yet we wanted to create a product that can be helpful even in the current stage. The next steps for us will be to source more data, make use of the vegetation index from the satellite data, and use the tracking data from the animal collars. This will help us develop a powerful and accurate AI tool that can predict the animal migration even in the rapidly changing climate. We have a list of partners and potential investors that we are looking to contact to move our product forward. Thank you.